What is up, everyone?
What up?
Oh man, start recording this session. Oh, I had to request permission, but that's all right.
Oh, I mentioned a future event. Oh, there we go.
There you go. Sweet.
Okay.
Let's do this. What is up, everyone? Nice Saturday podcast.
Got to go in a different direction this time. We had
I
a whole
think
thing
so.
planned.
We did have a podcast planned today. It didn't go as planned. Some people may or may not have read our messages, James. But um, sorry,
I,
sorry, sorry,
didn't,
James.
I didn't see him, guys.
He'll hear this,
Yep.
and he's gonna feel bad.
Good. You should.
It's all right. Not saying that I'm mad, but
Just disappointed.
just disappointed.
We could have went and saw Godzilla today.
It's not out of it's I mean, we probably still can, but depending on the time what everything's going on in my house.
As long as it's not like the last one where it was all subtitles. I think this one's more
No,
English speaking.
this one's American.
America.
It's an American to Godzilla. But just gonna be good. I mean, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 90%.
I know I saw it was like 99% or something.
Yeah, and they're like really hard at getting that up there. So
Well, usually the ones that have good ratings are just terrible movies, and the ones that have like 40% were like amazing.
yeah.
So I
No, you're
hope
right
that's
on that.
not a sign of things to come. But
First 10 minutes, fuck. Just sucks.
first 10 minutes, I didn't even finish. I didn't even finish my chocolate covered cookie dough before I had to leave.
That was like the last movie we saw, Ghostbusters. Oh, God, it's fucking horrible, dude.
Come on, man, that was pretty
Where
good.
was the ghost busting? The last 3 minutes of the movie.
Well, there was a story to be told.
The story was so bad.
I didn't say it was a great story. I just said it was a story to be told.
Yeah, I will never go see another one of those movies. I'll just
Uh,
stick to the originals if I want to enjoy a good movie.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't go wrong with the originals. That's kind of the
No.
answer.
Yeah.
Walked around Walmart for 5 minutes today looking for my truck. That was fucking hilarious.
I'm not surprised you did it.
I bu- I've had this same truck for 15 years probably, and I don't know. It's all I've ever driven for like the past 15 years. So I finally bought a new truck. Here's the funny part. Like my other truck, my Avalanche had just a regular key, right? So
Yeah.
I didn't have a fob or anything. I never had one. So my new truck has a fob, which was in my hand, and at any moment I could have hit the lock button or horn button to find it. But I walked around Walmart parking lot for 5 minutes looking for my Avalanche that I no longer own.
And it'd be
For
funny if you're
about a
like
week now that I haven't owned it.
it'd be funny that like you hit the alarm like what jackass is doing that?
I know.
Like I'm trying to find my truck.
As I had my key in my hand, I'm doing it. And I'm like, I don't.
It's like one of those moments where like where's my cell phone?
It's
And
one of
it's in your
those.
hand and you can't find it.
It's one of those autistic moments that I have about 3 times a day. That I
Yeah.
realize, I probably shouldn't be out in public alone.
There you go.
That's one of the moments. After
I
being in
I
Walmart for
I
a
wish
half
I
an
could have
hour,
seen your face confused. Like, am I having a stroke? Like, where's my truck?
it was too. I was very confused. This is after being in Walmart for half an hour, trying to figure out why people were wearing what they wearing and walking around going, Jesus Christ, this is why I don't go to Walmart. I haven't been to
Yeah.
Walmart in probably 3 years that I can remember.
Oh yeah, dude.
And now I know
Especially
why. I don't know
it
if you've
makes
been to
you
Walmart lately, but
it makes you dumber.
it,
I
it
don't I
does.
I never go into Walmart. Like I just don't go into the big Walmarts. Like I have a like a the produce Walmart next to me, which is very small, so I'll go there. But that big Walmart, it's just chaos, dude. Every time you go, and
It was
just
like 9 o'clock in the morning too, and the parking lot was full.
yep,
I'm like, how is this even possible? What are you guys doing at 9 o'clock? I went at 9 o'clock in the morning because it wouldn't be full.
Yeah.
Apparently, everybody else did too, but it
Oh yeah. That sucks.
didn't work the way I hoped. Uh,
Anyways, I was hoping for you to pull out a something about a fact that you always bring up in past podcasts. I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it.
You know what? I found some the other day. It's funny that you say that because I had written
Son
some
of a
down, and
bitch.
I
Yeah,
don't know where
you would have.
the pad went that I had it written down on. I was gonna
Yeah,
do
I
it.
saw it when I was at
I
your
was
house and
gonna
I just ripped it up. I'm like, fuck
no, I was
this.
gonna do it to James when he was on, like in the middle of something, and I was just gonna break it out. Be like-
Uh,
and just be the most random shit in the world.
those are always fun to listen to. Just not 100 of them. And yeah, I know what you're doing. You're looking it up
I'm
right
not.
now.
I am. You know, a cloud weighs around 10 million tons. That can't be right. Is that right?
10 million tons.
I feel like I need to fact check that.
That's probably correct. You got to think a square foot of water, like 1 square foot of water weighs like a ridiculous amount, dude. Like,
Square foot of water?
let me see.
Well, a gallon is like what, 8 pounds? Like 8.8 pounds.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people.
Because of their,
I assume because of their outrageously long necks. Your brain is constantly eating itself.
that's crazy.
This process is called
Well,
phagocytosis.
is it
Well,
like
we just
the,
got canceled.
oh my God. I saw a thing saying that like before 1977 for like Alzheimer's that it never even existed. Did you know that? Alzheimer's never even existed before 70 like 77 ever.
Well, did it exist or we just didn't know what to call it?
No, it was like pretty much exist. Supposedly. They say that the reason why is like back then before like World War I, it was during one of like the early wars that they switched for like soldiers and shit to eat. They switched from regular butter to like the fake shit.
I
And
saw something else about Alzheimer's that was interesting.
it's the oils in like vegetable oil
Right.
that actually is what's causing like what they're saying is what's causing like Alzheimer's to like happen. Just like it's just one molecule difference from regular butter to that vegetable, and then there's something in it that just gets stored and it eats cells in your brain, like over time. Not like
Right.
I'm gonna have some fake butter tonight, and I'm not gonna remember shit tomorrow.
I mean, you do that with beer,
But
right? Like you drink enough beer, you don't remember shit.
you know what? Very true. But it's crazy to think like that wasn't even like a problem back then. Alzheimer's now it's up there. Like a lot of people get it.
Well, you know what we don't have anymore and is like insane asylums, like nut houses. They're all gone.
Unless
We
we
have
do,
like
and we just don't know where they are.
we have mental hospitals, but I don't think they're the same as like the old school,
Well,
like
back
insane
then they
asylum.
used to just beat them and put like strobe
I,
lights in there. I don't think they
yeah.
could do that anymore.
And they shove like things up their nose to do a lobotomy and stuff.
Or they'll drill something in like well like they'll like drill part of their brain or something, or they do weird like
Yeah.
shock therapy. I imagine they still do shock therapy.
I mean, I know people that need some shock therapy. Some of our fans need shock therapy. Listen, motherfuckers. Some of these people that comment on our shit are out of their fucking minds.
When we're only trying to have a good
No,
conversation,
you
dude.
know what it is. We were talking the last podcast we had. We were
Podcast.
talking about AI and we were talking about electric cars, but
Electric
we weren't
cars,
really
yeah.
talking about electric cars. We were talking about AI and how they merge
Controlling.
and how they control and everything. These fucking people, there's people that are on leaving messages like, "Oh, you guys don't know how electric cars work, and electric cars are terrible, and my granddaddy's got a farm with 800 gallons of fuel," and I'm like, that doesn't even have anything to do with what the fuck we were talking about.
All we're saying is that technology can be it can be manipulated by AI.
Right.
Like,
And it turned into a shitstorm about electric cars and politics. And I'm like, we were, and then like, you guys don't know how electric cars work. Listen, motherfucker, like, you used to work at Tesla for Christ's sakes. I
yeah,
mean,
and
I
a
work
lot
on
of people
electric
don't even
cars
know
every
that.
day. Like,
Yeah,
this is what we do.
we know
I
what they
assure you,
can
we
do.
understand how electric cars work.
We're saying the
Oh,
cars are going to take over. You know what I mean?
right.
But it's like
Oh my God. People get so
we're
invested.
educated on electric cars, like we
People
are.
get so invested in what we were
And we're
talking
not
about.
talking about the car itself. We're talking about
Right.
the
It had nothing to
program.
do with whether or not it was good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, we're
You know
talking
what I
about
mean?
so self-driving. It's just like you can put in a coordinate, it's going to take you there. So
Right.
an AI can put in a coordinate into that
These
and
people are
then
talking about
take
we
you
don't
there.
understand. They don't use gas and all. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking? I had a stroke reading these things.
It because they blew it out of proportion when it's like they forgot the point of the
Like
story and they just wanted to.
clearly they watched a clip or something that we did of it and
Yeah,
like didn't watch the whole thing and didn't understand what we were talking about because they just heard the word electric car and like they started twitching and couldn't help themselves but start commenting on it.
yeah.
I'm like, you guys are out of your mind, man.
Like it's AI can control things like that. So it's like a
Right.
you're letting AI do it when you're programming it to tell it to do something.
Well, that's what we were
We're just
talking. That's what we were
yeah,
talking about. The guy that got the journalist that got killed in a car accident, and they were talking about the conspiracy theory was that somebody took over the car's computer and basically made the car crash and killed him.
yeah,
That's what we were talking about.
yeah.
And it turned into some monstrous, crazy nonsense online about, oh, just, I don't know.
Well, from my point of view,
I gotta,
It could happen if there was
I
a
gotta
certain
stop reading
code
the
written.
comments because
If
it
there's a
made me
certain code,
crazy.
you got to think if you're putting in a destination on the GPS and it takes you there, it's like what if the computer didn't want to take you there and they put in a different coordinate and it takes you there and you're thinking you're going somewhere else. Like that's possible. That's an accident. You know what I mean?
The largest piece of
I swear to
fossilized
God.
dinosaur poop discovered. It's over 30 centimeters long and over 2 liters in volume.
Oh my God.
Oh man. I don't know why it's so funny, but
I don't know why I brought this up to you because now
I
you're
don't
gonna find
I
facts.
know. Well, see, this is what you did. I was fine, and this is what you did. You
Is
know, a
this
chicken.
are we live streaming YouTube right now?
No,
Oh, okay. I thought we were.
no, not yet. I was saving that for James, but we'll get there. A chicken once lived 18 months without a head. Interesting.
I could see that.
I've heard that before. It was in like
I think I did too, and I
it was
think
in like
there's
the
this
40s or something. Somebody was. I don't know how you
unless it
time
unless it
that.
was just nerves, but
Or 18. That's a long time for your nerves to.
I want to know how they fed it or watered it
Yeah, because it couldn't live that long without food
without
and
a
water.
brain. Well, without a brain, you know what I mean? Like
Well, you
that's
cut its head off, you can't feed it.
yeah, they'd have to use like a syringe.
This doesn't make sense. I got questions. I need to interview this guy that came up with this.
We need to interview. We no, we need to set up an interview with a certain someone. That'd be one of the best podcasts of all time.
It would definitely be the best podcast of all time. Wait,
Skinwalker Ranch, dude.
wearing a tie can reduce blood flow to the brain by 7.5%. Well, how fucking tight are you tying it, bro? Like a noose will do it by 100%, but I don't know
Yeah.
what you're. Oh man, the fear of long words is called. Oh god, it's called.
I don't even want to know.
It's called hip
Keep up
hippopotamustrossiquip alidophilia. I wonder how wrong I am on that.
extremely.
I mean, I'm sure it is, but I mean, it's a long word.
Oh yeah.
Hippopotamustrossiquip alidophobia. I don't know. All I see is hippopotamus, and I don't think that's right.
No.
It's
Oh
that
man,
hippopotam monster. I don't. All right, I'm done. I can't.
can't do it.
Are we supposed to be
Well,
talking
well,
about something today?
we were. We got a couple
This
subjects.
the sun makes sound, but we can't hear it.
Probably makes a humming sound.
That's what I would think.
It has to be like a vibration, really, a frequency.
The world's oldest cat lived 38 years and 3 days old.
And your cat just beat that by a day.
You're probably not that far off. Fuck your
Yeah,
cat. I don't know. The fucking thing sleeps all day, bro. Sleeps all day. I'll leave. It's funny because like if she's in the room sleeping and I walk in on her and she's sleeping, she'll wake up and look up and her tongue's hanging out. Like I don't know if she falls asleep like licking herself.
probably, or just like
Yeah.
dreaming about eating.
Ah,
My mine's do
cats,
my cats do that every once in a
my
while. Actually,
cats are terrible, bro. You fucking pet them, they're all good and they're purring and everything's life is grand, and she fucking bites you.
mine does that. If you pet him too much, he'll attack you. Like he likes to be pet just for like a minute, and then you have to leave him alone.
Our solar system has a wall, the heliopause. Is that like a flat Earth thing, like the
I believe they don't believe in that.
Arctic wall?
They
Or what do
believe
they
it's
call it?
water. They believe it's water out there.
Yeah, what do they call it? The firmament. That's his
Permanent.
name. Swami, Samsonite.
Samsonite.
I was way off.
Yeah.
Uh, Octopuses don't actually have tentacles. They have 8 limbs,
It,
but there
yeah.
are arms for most species. Oh, this is reassuring. Most maps of the world are wrong. On most maps, the oh god. I gotta look up big words
That's
before I try to do
horrible.
this.
Let's stop doing the facts.
Mercator projection. First of all, okay, I'm done for now.
It's horrible.
I'll be back for
You
it
can do
later.
that all you want with James.
I'm gonna.
That's if James ever actually even ever shows.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna take a slight dig right there.
Has some pretty funny things. He has some pretty funny things planned for him. He
Yes.
blew it.
First thing to do. Yeah, I already know one thing we're gonna do. I'm not gonna mention because it'd be funny.
Well, still funny. Oh man. Earth poles are moving. Yeah, so oh,
You
that's
need to
cool.
just get out of that, you son of a bitch.
I can't. It's like a rabbit hole, bro. I can't. It sucks me in. I'll be doing this for the rest of the fucking day now.
Probably.
Uh, snails have teeth.
What to?
Snails
Yeah.
between a
Oh, okay.
thousand and 12,000 teeth to be precise.
Jesus.
That's a big fucking range.
Yeah. Oh, they got to be like just like little
Anywhere from
bumps.
1,000 to 12,000.
You gotta be so small, like hypodermic, to have that many. Well, it's more like hair, I would guess at that point.
Yeah, yeah, probably.
Like how whales' teeth are like hair. Like it's like that they don't have teeth. Well, I guess they do have some, but like it's like the bristles they have for like filtering the water with krill.
Bananas are radioactive.
I'm gonna hang up. Bananas are radioactive.
See, now you're interested.
I am not interested in
No, you
any
are now
part of
because
that
you said no,
sentence.
because you repeated it. So you heard it and now you're interested. Now I'm going to fucking read it to you. Due to being rich in potassium, every banana is actually slightly radioactive thanks to containing the natural isotope potassium 40. Interestingly, your body contains around 16 milligrams of potassium 40, meaning you're around 280 times more radioactive than a banana already. Oh, well, then that's why did I get my hopes up?
See, you just read something that was so dumb, I'm now dumber.
Don't you blame my facts.
Oh, I'm going to.
You're an idiot. It got nothing to do with me. You know, hippos can't swim.
Nine,
They float.
They have big, dense bones. They're barely buoyant at all. Instead, they perform a slow motion gallop on the riverbed. I didn't know that. I thought they were just chilling there with their head above water.
No.
Do you know you can yo-yo in space?
I could see it because you're bringing it back. It's on a rope.
A yo-yo on board the International Space Station. Well, inside, yeah, but
It'd be the same thing on the outside.
I guess you could probably do it anyway. You could probably make it go up or down, or
Yeah.
that's not really yo-yoing. You can be
No.
you can be heavily pregnant and not realize it.
I don't see how someone wouldn't realize it unless they're already really big.
I've seen some of those. Have you seen some of those fucking shows where
I
they
it's they didn't know and they have like a baby in like a Walmart.
yeah.
Just like get
Like
this thing out of me.
there wasn't any signs, like not one.
None. I forgot.
Yeah, you're telling me
Like
you didn't have one single sign you might be pregnant? Like I've never been pregnant, but I have to imagine that if
like you're
I
eating something, they're
was,
like, oh, what was that kick in my stomach?
yeah,
I'm gonna brush
like
that one off.
was that indigestion? Like I don't. I feel like you're lying to me. I feel
Yeah.
like you knew that you were pregnant because how could you not?
How could you not? Is the thing. It's just yeah. You'd have to know at one point.
I mean, you would think so.
Someone's just gonna say they have an alien inside of them, just reaching out.
That's a great movie. They're making like 8 more new aliens. The
Yeah,
new
I
alien.
can't.
You see the previews?
Romulus,
Yeah,
Romulus. It looks fucking awesome. I think
that
that's
one
gonna
looks
be,
really good.
and Ridley Scott's directing it too, so they're keeping it as close to the originals, I think, look wise as they can. From what it looks like from the trailer, I think it's gonna be a masterpiece in my opinion. I really hope they do just as good as Covenant.
I don't know if I ever saw Covenant.
Covenant was one of my favorites. Yeah, it's the last one that was out.
You know, somebody has been constipated for 45 days.
User has left your channel.
In 2013, an unfortunate Indian woman had to undergo surgery to removal of fecal mass as large as a football. Oh my God.
I'm surprised it's only the size of a football considering.
I mean, 45, yeah, 45 days. I mean, I can do that after a good lunch.
I
Like,
know, right? Oh,
oh, great. There's more bacteria cells in your body than human cells.
yeah, definitely. Oh, there's trillions, dude.
Most ginger cats are males. Is that true? Oh, I guess it is.
This is not interesting.
This is because the ginger gene is found on X chromosome, meaning female cats will require 2 copies of the gene. Listen, at least you're learning something.
It's in one
You
ear out
learn
the other. I'm not
you
even listening to it.
you learn that hippos can't swim. That was because of me. I want you to remember that.
I
You'll
learned that on the
never
dis
forget. You will never
I
forget that fact.
learned that on Animal Planet when I was 4.
you did they have Animal Planet when you were 4? I guess they probably did.
Not that old.
You learn that our solar system has a wall.
I already knew that. You're asking me things about space? Zoom out.
You learn that giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people. These are
Animal
the little
Planet.
things that you're just never going to forget.
Animal Planet 04.
You know what? I'm done trying to teach you. You learn that cloud weighs around 1,000 tons. Oh, 1,000,000 tons. I don't know if that can be right.
September 2008. Learned that one in senior year
See,
biology.
I don't think it would have been in biology. It probably would have been in. I don't know. I don't know what it would have been.
Don't you say it. I know you don't want to get banned. Go ahead. I'll ban us.
I'll do it. I'll do it right now. I will end this mess right now.
I'm just laying my finger on that report button, just waiting for you to say something wrong.
Oh, you're a piece of shit. That's why we can't have nothing nice. It's because of you.
Did you know that the fucking Vatican has like the most stockholders of anyone in the world? They control everything, dude.
December 2019.
I'm glad that I can rejog your memory. That's fucking nuts, dude. I was watching a thing about it. They can control anything, dude.
They have what? More.
Like their stockholders and stock share, like everything they own in stocks. It's like everything, dude. They
Oh
own
no, they have
everything,
fucking
dude.
retarded money.
It's it's ridiculous.
They have fucking retarded money.
I wonder what kind of like rituals they do in the catacombs. Because you know they're going down there. They are. It's like
Yeah.
off limits to a certain point.
I want to know if they have like big wild parties and shit when nobody's looking. I feel like they have to.
I think human sacrifice
Uh,
could
I
happen.
mean, I mean, maybe.
I mean, I can't give up all the old ways. So just say they follow
Was
a
that an
set
old
of
way? Was
rules.
that a thing that they did? I don't know.
Oh, I guarantee it, dude.
There has to be something in. I don't know. I don't think there.
I think just now, like lately with like there's a lot of things in the news like all the rich people fucking being like just fucked up and perverted and all that. Like they
Bro, like the P. Diddy shit and fucking like these people are nuts, dude.
so if that's fucking true, like dude, they can get away with anything. And you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
money, they can get away with whatever they want.
Well, I think money, I think that kind of money makes you think that I don't know if you get bored and like you just have nothing else to do, so you just do these things. But like what I mean, I guess you can buy anything, but I don't know. That's fucking the whole story is nuts. I was reading about it earlier.
What did he exactly do? Besides,
So
I thought it was just an X trying to get back at him saying something, but it looks like it's
no, it was
way deeper.
like gun running and sex trafficking, and there's like reports that like Justin Bieber was involved. Like I don't know if he,
As in like probably a victim, not involved.
yeah, like I don't know if he was. I don't know if he was. There was like accusations of Diddy being like gay or whatever. But I've seen some things where
He says some weird shit.
yeah, see he like says some weird shit, and like there are people on his payroll that um and they had to sign like NDAs and shit for just all kinds of weird shit that he's into. Like, I mean, it's like Michael
Weird,
Jackson
bro.
type shit, dude.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, like
Like,
these fucking people, dude.
I bet you Diddy's on that fucking list.
You got these guys like Harvey Weinstein and
Oh, that's what I meant.
Diddy
Wine's. Oh no, yeah, yeah, right.
and Epstein and like these guys just have so much money. I think they get bored and they do this crazy shit. But it
And
always comes out. Like there's always somebody that either gets pissed off or you stop paying them off or whatever the case may be. But it always comes out.
no matter what, like,
Yeah. So like,
I
if I was rich, I'd never leave my fucking house, dude, because
yeah,
somebody's gonna get you. You know what I mean? Like it ain't worth it.
and no one will know that you're a pervert then.
Well, I mean, at least I'll do it at my house, and there won't be fucking
But
paper
it's just
trails
weird
and
that
everything
they
else.
like. It's just weird that all it's like the weirdest celebrities that are doing it. Like it's like a that's weird. And like supposedly there's like a list of like a lot of fucking people and like the
Well,
like
that's why they want the Epstein list to come out so bad to see who was like on his plane and went to the island and shit. Like
yeah.
they know Bill Clinton was on there. That guy's just a freak,
Shh.
bro. My man Bill was just he was that man was a freak.
Yeah. Did he has a season pass there?
Yeah.
Like you never know. Like who knows?
I guess his plane's in like Barbados or Antigua or something.
He got arrested.
Did they arrest him or did
Hmm.
he skipped? I saw that he
I think they
skipped.
I saw a thing saying he was arrested.
Oh, I don't know if they got him or not, but I know that he had skipped and his plane was seen taking off from San
Miami,
Francisco
right?
to something else. somewhere in
Like
California.
where they can't. Well, and then supposedly he's going somewhere he can't get extradited.
Well, that's what he was doing. That's why I think he was in Antigua or I don't know, one of those countries, one of those Bahamian countries that they don't extradite you or whatever. And he just camped out there, you know. Like,
It's crazy how those people can get so rich. Like,
I know.
you know what I mean?
And
Like,
he has enough money to ever hide and run the rest of his life. You know what I mean? But
oh yeah,
I guess if they take his shit and start freezing all of his assets, maybe not. But
that's the only thing. I bet you with that kind of
I
person,
think
he
he
would
has
already
enough.
have Swiss accounts, or he'll have,
Yeah, and he would have friends that would take care of him. Like I'm sure he would.
yeah, or give someone millions of dollars saying if anything
Yeah.
happens, I'm going to come back for my money.
Yeah, that's what has to have happened because it's fucking crazy. The whole story is crazy. I don't even understand most of it. I haven't even
I,
really
don't-
looked that close into it, but I wonder if he was arrested. I haven't seen that he was arrested yet.
I thought he already was arrested and put out a statement, but like, if it goes that far into it, like, you can't like, I guess you have to let him go to court, but it'd be some fucked up shit because if he gets caught, that guy looks like a guy that would talk.
Oh yeah.
Like he doesn't give a fuck.
Um, there were people associated with him that were arrested,
Oh, okay.
like a drug mule,
And the kid was on
one
a
of the drug
TV
people.
show. That one of those kids
Yeah,
he was a fucking like an actor.
there was a bunch of famous people that were there in it. Oh, Sunday Cone 99 nightclub shooting. Oh no, I don't think he's been arrested yet.
Hmm.
Some people that were involved with him have been arrested.
Oh,
An
okay.
alleged drug mule, Brendan Paul, has been arrested on cocaine and marijuana possession. I don't know if that's
So who
related.
knows if like the majority of his wealth just came from that? You know what I mean?
Well, he had all his recording albums and shit.
That
Like
too, but
he
like how
made a
much
ton of
if he
dough.
had to do drug muling and like be a drug runner, like hiring people, how much is he actually pushing? Like could be fucking more
Well,
than
they
he
were talking
made.
about weapons, drugs, like all kinds of shit, man.
Yeah. Like why even
Let's
get into that?
So it says the raids are tied to sex trafficking allegations leveled by different plaintiffs in recent months. The Associated Press reported, citing law enforcement sources. Combs, formerly known as Puff Daddy, is the founder of Bad Boys Records, three-time Grammy winner. In recent months, has been faced several legal battles and lawsuits accusing him of sexual assault and trafficking. Yeah, they
So
raided all of his shit, man.
we're gonna call him B P Diddler from now on.
Yeah, you see, somebody came out and said, was calling him like all kinds of diddler this and diddler that. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts, dude.
The whole story, fucking people are nuts, dude. I don't know how you fucking how you have that much money and just I don't know.
Well,
Yeah,
the thing is, why would you want to get into crime if you already made it? Like
that's
that's what
my
I don't
thing, and it's the
like.
same thing with like these football stars and like all these guys
Oh,
that get into like
dude, all of
drugs
them
and whatever and like
and murdering people.
and gambling and shit. Like they get popped for gambling and stuff. I'm like, you know that if you're a famous person, you're a famous football player and you gamble, somebody's gonna fucking call you on it because like somebody's looking for their 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
Always.
I'm like, just don't do anything. You're making millions of dollars. Go home, order
Yeah, dude.
pizza, and watch fucking Netflix, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like
Not
what are
like,
these
hey, I'm
people
gonna run
thinking?
20 AK-47s to a
Yeah.
certain country. Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, how can they get to that point where they need to do that? Like why? What comes to someone's mind? Like, I'm gonna fucking smuggle drugs and
Well,
fucking
that's just it.
weapons.
Like, they don't need to do it. Obviously, they have plenty of money.
That's the thing. Like, what's the high for that? You know what I mean?
I mean,
There's no high.
I don't know what the motivation is. I guess maybe more money.
That's what I'm guessing. Just untouchable. And
Yeah,
like, Who was he getting it from? A.
yeah,
And so, is he associated with terrorists? Is
right.
he? You know what I mean? Like, where's the weapons coming from? Who's he giving them to?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, probably just selling them to all the gang people.
Huh?
And all these fucking celebrities, they're the ones that are like, anti-gun and anti-this and anti-that, and
Yeah.
stand up for women, and we're all feminists. Meanwhile, everybody's raping them and fucking taking advantage of them, and, and
And no
I'm
one's
like,
saying anything about it.
yeah, and they're the ones that have all the guns, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's weird.
How is that possible?
See, I didn't even know really much about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy. Like I never listened to his music. I never got into like I didn't even know he was like I knew who he was famous, but I didn't know he was like that famous. Maybe like he has like a company that signs people. That's why he's getting like so rich.
Yeah, he has a label, he has his own
Yeah.
label, but yeah, I don't know. Celebrities, dude, celebrities are just out of their fucking minds, most of them, because they don't make any sense.
And they'll get crazier and crazier the more money they have.
There it is.
That
There
was
it
no,
is.
I just had to take an extra like deep breath. I didn't even there was no yawn.
I was really tired. I had to take an extra deep breath.
But it's nuts, dude. I just don't
Yeah.
get I don't understand the logic behind that. Like when you're that rich, are you that bored where you want to commit crime?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Like or did it start from an early age and then he's gonna use that? Like, oh, I was taught this way growing up, so like they always have excuses.
well, yeah, like when you talk about like sex trafficking and stuff like that, you have to wonder, like, when did it start? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
was it a new thing that you just got
Were
rich and then you
they
were
a
able to
part
do
of it?
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, same thing when like, you see like people that beat women and all these things, like all these other crimes. Like, I mean, I guess there's always a first time, but
Yeah.
probably wasn't this time. You know what I mean? Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when did it start? Like, was it an early age thing or?
It had to have been like fucking early years. Well, the thing is, there's gonna be more and more people coming out.
Well,
Like,
that's what it is.
and
Like,
I'm wondering if it's more and more people coming out that signed those things saying they wouldn't say anything, that it's just now a ball rolling that won't matter at that point.
that's what it is. I mean, once a couple people come out, everybody starts coming out, and some of it won't be true, and some of it, will be. But like now, you got to figure out what's true and what's not true. And
Yeah. Say it's all that guy looks like well, the story's adding up where it looks like he's definitely fucking
oh yeah,
he looks like he did that.
oh he definitely did something. Oh, he did that shit.
Because that could fuck up like everything, dude. Not just like for him, like anyone that's signed by his label, they could shut down
Yeah,
that company. They could, it's like a whole ripple effect that
yeah,
could,
and then he starts getting sued by people for millions and millions and millions of dollars. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
how many artists does he have signed to his label? Fucking how,
probably a lot,
yeah,
but
and probably a bunch of big names. Like, if you're associated with Diddy, you're a big name.
yeah, almost yawned there.
Almost.
I
That
saw you
was
like
that was a
you're waiting for the,
I was
okay,
waiting. I was waiting. I was waiting.
dude. But on talks of this week, fucking Skinwalker Ranch, dude. I think that is the one of the things that I would want to, I have to experience in my life by going there.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, you can go there. You can
It's
go there and camp on the side of the road. There's a camping area like between two ranches, I guess. There's a road it goes to there, and like
is
people
it
actually
like
go there.
is it safe to is there like a camping spot or is it just like pitch a tent on the side?
I mean, I think it's both. I think there's actually campsite because I looked it up, and but a lot of people camp just along the border there of Skinwalker Ranch area because they say like there's shit nightly that happens there, like UFOs or whatever. I listened to the podcast with Brandon Fugel, the guy that actually owns the place,
Yeah.
and dude, it is the shit that happens there is like insane. And the guy is like, he's super believable. You know what I mean? Like he really just wants to.
Brandon
He was
Frugal?
kind of a skeptic or whatever when he bought the ranch. He just bought it for cheap enough to where, you know, it
Oh yeah.
made sense from a real because he's a real estate developer. So he's like it's 500 and something acres. You know what I mean? Like it's probably a good deal.
Oh yeah.
Whether they develop it or whatever they do with it, but the
What
the whole play, the stories there are just wild. And he had his own experience to where he actually saw. He invited some doctor from Area 51 that used to be a physician I think a surgeon or something from Area
Yeah.
51 out on a
I would love to
ranch.
know those stories, you know what
And
I
that,
mean?
yeah, and that was the first time that he actually saw something because above the mesa there was like a 40 to 50 foot. Only way he could explain it was a flying saucer. It was like a saucer style disc.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's the only way I can explain it is a saucer style disc, And he's like, ever since then, it's like I've been a real believer. Like I saw it with my own eyes. There was multiple people there. It's like you
I
kind
wish
of
there was
can't.
just like something that that an everyday person or a rich person could get and fucking chase it down. You know what I
There
mean?
it is.
Like son of a
Just go
bitch.
night night.
Like okay. Like not like a drone, but like a drone can't keep up with those things. Like something that's like quick enough. Like it just sucks that like you can see it, but like get really close to it.
Well, I
Like
get. I
I want
mean,
to know like the speed of them. Like do they go really fast or do they just sit there? Like
well,
if
this
at the
thing just sat there, and he said that it moved right and left
Mhm.
by like a couple hundred yards, and it
That
just it moved left in a blink of in a second, in a half
yeah.
second, and then it moved right like in a half a second. Like there was no real
That's
movement
when I
to
would
it. It
want
was
like
just
a drone. Throw a drone up
yeah,
in the air, dude. And go fucking if it's not moving like anywhere, fucking get close because my drone can go 8 miles.
yeah.
So if
Well,
it's
it's one of
like
my Skinwalker Ranch is one of my favorite stories, man, because the history of it starts back,
a long
in
time ago,
like the 40s was when it was first like homesteaded as a property,
yeah,
and before that it was like Indian land and this and that, and the Indians have always had reports of crazy shit happening on it.
and even on it, they even said that like back
Yeah,
then, like way back then, their ancestors like would always see strange phenomenons that
right.
they just
And
couldn't explain.
they don't even talk about skinwalkers. Like it's
Yeah,
forbidden to even talk about skinwalkers by the native people because
yeah.
it's so real to them. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, dude. Like, is it like a real to them as in it's evil or like how I want to know how they look at it. Like, does they look at it as a problem or
I
just
think so. Like the from some of the interviews that I saw, I think they think of it as I don't know, it's just something taboo. You just don't talk about it,
yeah,
like and the the way that they describe the shit, like they see like wolves, a guy will walk across the property and just turn into a wolf and take off running.
we're talking about Twilight now.
And then yeah, and basically
I'm just joking.
and then he and then he goes away. And there's reports of people driving down the road and like they'll just see a wolf just like disappear into the night, but like
Yeah,
not really behind anything. It just disappeared.
yeah,
So
dimensions.
and there's so many fucking reports about it that
I want to witness it, dude.
it's
I want to.
hard. I think at some point it's hard to deny some of the things that happen because you can only have so many stories and so many people with eyewitness,
Yeah, there's only gonna be a
accounts
handful
of
of
it.
people, dude. Like maybe 100, couple hundred that like go there and like you know what I mean, work there. Fucking, there's only so many people are actually witnessing it besides on TV.
Yeah.
Because we're all seeing it, but it's like it's different. I imagine going there. I imagine the feeling is so different, like eerie.
Well,
Where you're like, oh
there's a big paranormal aspect to it too,
yeah,
on because they got like two or three different homesteads on it, and they go to
hmm
each of these homesteads and they'll see orbs and whatever ghosts, goblins, whatever kind of nonsense that they see.
yeah.
But there's a big paranormal aspect of it too, and they think that like it could be a portal, it could be where two dimensions like come close to each other, or two parallel universes come close to each other, and like
Yeah.
you know, it's like if you believe in like the multiverse, type situation, there could be like two universes coming within each other. You know what I mean? Like coming real close to each other.
It's like we look like see like we see ghosts, but like what if they see us as ghosts?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I think about when you talk about ghosts and stuff, because
Yeah.
you talk about two different dimensions and they just come so close to each other, you bleed in. You know what I
Yeah, yeah.
mean? And then
Just enough, just enough.
that's why there's certain places that are more haunted than others,
Yeah.
because there would be more some places that blend in closer and more, you know, more in tune with each other than other places.
Yeah.
And some places you don't have any paranormal activity because they're so far away from another
And
dimension or
it's always in
universe or
like
whatever.
those areas that are just so out there, like Alaska. Alaska is another one that they say that's happening as well. Like, you held it in, you held it in good, but
I didn't do it.
I can
Nope.
catch it, I can
No.
catch it.
No. No. No.
He was about to yawn, and there was a
Nope.
phase of holding in a yawn, and I know that because I've done it about seven
I
times
know
already.
that face.
I know I've done it like 7 times already. So you just your
Bastard.
nostrils flare up a little bit, and you're
Flare.
just
They get to get the
trying to hold it.
nostril flare.
Yep.
You
But
gotta.
it's just like a lot of people say like
Ooh, you
Bigfoot
got
and
me.
like knew it.
Bastard.
A lot
I
of
knew
people
I was
say
gonna
like
get you.
the whole Bigfoot and everything that's like it's different dimension too. Like why don't we ever
Yeah,
see
that's what
them?
they
What
talk
if
about
they
Bigfoot.
are in a different like it they so the thing is how are they entering and exiting is what I want to know. So it's like something that they know how to do it or is it just it's their time to go back? Like they just
It
disappear.
would have to be like they can function at a different frequency or something. Like maybe they're still there, we just can't see them because we can only see certain frequencies and stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and they can change their frequency or their the way you see them. They can just blur themselves out.
I wouldn't see that as Bigfoot though, because I don't think it has much of a mind. Unless it
Mm.
does, a very conscious mind, unlike not like
If
an
Bigfoot's
animal.
real, it has to be a pretty smart animal because it's been hidden so well for so long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like there's never been Bigfoot sightings out there. No, that's just desert.
Yeah, I
It'd
don't
be
think there's
pretty
been.
easy to spot one of those silhouettes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny. You drive around. I was driving from Vegas to California one time, and you'll see Bigfoot things cut out, like
Like
statues of them or whatever,
you
like
just
a
see the
silhouette,
shadow of it.
and
Yeah.
you'll see the silhouette. Now, people put them up way up on top of a hill or something, where like you can't really see what it is, but
You're like,
like
what the
you know
fuck
what it
is
is.
that?
But it look you could tell that it's a Bigfoot, but you can't tell like if it's a real thing or if it's just like a cardboard cutout or a wood cutout or whatever.
They have that on the on 17 going to Orlando.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. They do.
You did
You
it
gotta.
again.
God
I
dang.
saw it. I saw it.
You just need a nap, bro. Just take a nap. It's fine.
No. It was
Tuck you
probably from
in,
all the waiting from this morning.
tuck you in, put your little blankie and your
It
binky.
was probably from all the waiting.
We did a lot of work.
I had to hold the yawns in.
I,
But but
I like to
skin
wait till I'm on podcast to do it.
exactly, and that's the only time I do it. I think it's because I talk more, so it's like a just less oxygen to my brain. Like you know what I mean? You're talking a lot, so like we're talking kind of quick too. But but for Skinwalker Ranch, dude, I have well, I think we have to make a documentary about going and doing it.
Yeah.
What does anyone else think? If they're listening and you guys hear this, what do you guys think about Skinwalker Ranch? Any ideas? Any
And don't tell me I don't know
questions?
nothing about aliens and electric cars.
I know, right?
You
But
guys are
like,
stupid. You don't know anything.
see, the thing is, like, people like some people like don't might not know about it. Like, look up Skinwalker Ranch on history.
Dude, and
Um,
the show is amazing. There's a show on the
yeah,
History Channel, and
and the thing is,
it's
like,
awesome.
it's you kind of want to talk about it. Like, for people that are like skeptical, like, it's there, it's happening. Like, there's things that you can't stop, and that's just you want I like who wouldn't want to witness that in person? But and there's also times like if some people go, like some things happen to these people. Like it's like you know what I mean? Like health problems. They get go ahead, yawn Ian. Go ahead.
I don't.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw the face.
I wouldn't even didn't even make a face.
You made a face. I know the face.
I didn't make a face.
But you know what I mean? There is people there that gone there and like they have health problems, right? In the documentary it says that, right?
They say if they dig in the land, if they dig, that
Yeah.
there's health problems
Like
that arise.
cancer and fucking
One guy had like a not it wasn't a brain hemorrhage, but it was like a mass on it in between his
yeah.
brain and his skull or something. And like he had to be rushed to the fucking emergency room and he was in the hospital for like 4 or 5 days. There was a couple of different
This
people
yeah.
that happened to, and one of the doctors that was out there, one of the visitors that was invited out, they found he was in the hospital for fucking like 5 or 6 days after he left there
That's insane, dude.
with a cardiac event that was never diagnosed, never had a problem with before.
And probably doesn't have that problem now. It just was that for that time he was there.
Right, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like
And like the dead cows, there's like dead cows that just random die, like fall, like healthy cows, just instantly dead.
and they had the one cow they caught on video because the whole
Hmm.
place is under surveillance. The
Yeah.
cow died, and they watched it like lay down and die. And just as it died, there was like a UFO appeared over the tree,
Yeah.
and they clocked it at something like 700 miles an hour or something, just because from frame to frame,
Yeah.
just doing a video frame by frame and the distance that it covered, like it's impossible for it to cover that kind of speed, whatever it
Hmm.
was. So that's why they assumed that it was, a UFO. Because, and anytime they do any kind of activity or they shoot off a lot of rockets, they find the UFO activity picks up.
I would just get
It,
an excavator
the
and just go
funny
out
thing
there
is,
and just
like,
rip a.
they talk about UFOs and stuff, and they said that like most of the UFO activity that we talk about that we know of today started in like the 40s and 50s, mainly after like the atomic bombs, after we dropped the bombs.
Yeah.
They said that was the start of like our UFO experiences for the most part. So
Um.
I wonder if we're just like a little ant farm that these guys that these aliens keep. And they're
Guaranteed.
like, oh, what are they doing? Like they're like, what these fucking idiots do. So they had to come and find us and look for us and make sure we didn't kill ourselves. We're just a science experiment
I
for
don't think
them.
a lot of people could handle that. Like, like a lot of people say they can't, like they wouldn't be able to handle the truth, or there's things that like people don't know because of like society. To there it is, nose flare and everything.
I didn't
You hide, you put
I
your hand in
didn't
front of
even
your
do
mouth.
nothing.
Yeah, man, it's like number counter. Like, you know what? When next time that happens, just leave your hands down, see what happens.
I'm putting a I'm putting a counter up on the
I'm gonna have to,
when
dude.
we go
There's a
live
tally
on
mark.
YouTube.
I think
I'm putting a
I
fucking counter up.
no.
There it is. He's fighting it.
I
There
know
it is. He's
it was
fighting it.
it was a
Come on.
deep breath. Um, but there's like a lot of people that like, can't handle. I guess there's like some people not weak-minded, they just can't handle that truth behind things.
Well, what does it
Like,
do to religion? Right? Like these religious people. That's why the guy that owns the ranch was talking about religion on this podcast about
yeah,
because he's a Mormon and the Church of Latter-day Saints and all that stuff. But they believe that there could be more. Like some religions, just there's just God and that's it. And
yeah,
he made the earth and he made Adam and Eve and all that. But there's an opening in that religion for them to expand. Like, okay, well, there's more to the universe
just
than
be accepting.
yeah, kind of yeah. So they ask him about religion. He's like, how does that affect your religion? Like, how does that affect your belief? And he's like, well, it makes it stronger, because it makes me
Yeah.
believe that there's more to what we are than just what we are on Earth.
Right now, we're just in a simulation.
I mean,
Could happen.
there's evidence of such. I
It
don't
it
know.
it it's hard to want to believe that, but it's like, could it happen?
You have to look for. I think you have to look for mistakes. I think you have to look for mistakes in the world to like really because if you're making a simulation,
Yeah.
if you're in a simulation,
Mhm.
everything's going to be computer. You're computer controlled. So there's not going to be a lot of mistakes. You know what I mean? Like I don't think there's going to be mistakes and everything's just going to kind of be perfect. But the
Mm.
fact that humans make mistakes and you know what I mean, like I think that's the one thing that proves that maybe we're not in a simulation.
Well, for instance, if you play the game The Sims, when your people are living everyday life going to work, you can watch them like fast forward it. Sometimes when they cook, they'll start a fire in their house and burn their house down. So they make mistakes. Like, it's written, like programmed to happen.
Right.
Doesn't happen all the time, but there's like mistakes that do happen. Like, since so it's like the same thing.
Well, you'd have to. So okay, so you talk about like all medicines and stuff. Take like medicine for example. Medicines
Yeah.
all are derived from a plant for the most part. Like
Yeah.
every medicine on earth is derived from a
Or
plant somehow or
mold.
another.
It's mold. usually.
Yeah, yeah, but it's some sort of natural growing thing or something. But like they say, for every disease, there's a cure. So for every, like when milk goes bad, it doesn't just go bad. They turn it into cheese. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Hmm.
And when grapes go bad, they turn it into wine. Like there's always,
Or raisins like
yeah,
dry out.
there's nothing wasted in Mother Nature.
Hmm.
Like a tree dies, it turns into compost or whatever, and another tree grows from it. And they produce carbon dioxide, and it's like a circle of life. And then we breathe carbon dioxide, and then we exhale, whatever. And like it, I don't know, man. There's such a reason to think like there's some sort of divine intervention,
Hmm.
just because of how. And I'm not religious, but that's people that talk about religion look at it that way.
Yeah. I'm
Like
not religious.
you can't really have a disease. Like there's nothing that we can't beat. You know what I mean? Like as far as diseases and stuff, we have everything on
That they
Earth.
want us to beat.
Ooh, right, right,
Because like, you know what I mean?
right.
Just
Well, the cure, even if we haven't found the cure yet, like maybe it's some leaf in the Amazon jungle that there's only 8 of. You know what I mean?
or
Like maybe that's the case,
or it
but
makes them money to keep us sick.
or it makes the money to keep us sick, which is totally fucking plausible.
That's so true.
But oh, that's 100% true.
Yeah. It's just every time you hear about someone that's like, oh, they found the cure to cancer, that person dies in a plane crash.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're
It's
right.
like it
Yep.
happens. It happens all the time.
Magic Johnson's had AIDS for 45 years, and this fool is still running around looking like he's fucking 25. I'm
I
like, come
know.
on, man.
Like, there's a price. You
Yeah,
know what
that's what it is, man. There's a
I
price.
mean? Name your price.
Name your price.
It's
What's it
what it
gonna
is.
cost?
But it's like anytime you hear of a story like that, that they've found a cure for something, you'll hear in the news like, and it's just so you're so numb to like, oh, 4 doctors died in a plane crash going to the
Yeah,
Bahamas. It's
yeah,
like, did they really?
yeah.
Like, did they?
Yep.
Yeah, no, they're all whacked. And
Yeah.
just like this, you always hear those weird stories like that. And
Yep.
it's like
Like the
the
guy
one
that built the first like hydrogen car or whatever. The car that ran on water
ran
or
on
something.
water. He died.
Yeah, like that guy died. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
suicide, 3 shots to the back of the head, like that type of
There is a
fucking death.
story like that where there was a suicide with 2 shots to the back of the head
Uh-huh.
in a park.
Yeah, it was a
It was a government like
it was a
like
government
issue.
deal with like they had connections to Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's why they talk about Hillary Clinton all the time being, you know, suicide you.
Yeah, it was exactly it, dude.
She'll
Like,
suicide you.
how does that happen? Like, they can control whatever they want.
Oh yeah. That's why I like the big conspiracy guys are like, if I die, I didn't kill myself. Like,
So, what about the guy with Boeing? Boeing's the guy that like was the engineer for Boeing.
right.
He made a video about like that he told them multiple times that like there's certain things that are failing that need to be fixed. He was like he spread the news. He was like one of those, and then he died.
Yep.
This is like 2 weeks ago.
Should have made the door not fall off.
Yeah, dude, but
He
like
got hit by a door.
he was a whistleblower, and then he died right after. Right after.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. They'll get you, dog.
It's crazy. Crazy, crazy stuff, dude.
They gonna get you. That's why
It's weird.
you gotta be just crazy enough to where they're like, he's harmless.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna be a conspiracy theorist, you really gotta be just crazy enough to where like
Yeah.
they can get their weight, they can get out of it.
It's that or they make you overly crazy where people won't believe you, just like that one guy, forgot his name. It was a book. We talked about this. Was it on 13th? No. What was that fucking book we talked about? It was a book where a guy I don't know, what was it? It was a documentary. They made him sound crazy where no one believed him. And then he made something in his yard or close to the airport. God, I can't think of it.
It
You know
was
what I'm
a
talking about?
it was a
It's
no,
Was
nobody
it called
no
like Burning Man or what was it
no
was
nobody knows what you're talking about.
I'm not crazy.
It's an alien. It's a alien encounter thing. The guy was out in I think it was Nevada, and he kept seeing alien
That's it.
ships and stuff. But then like the government was actually making him go crazy, and
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
the government would like do things. The government went to him and said, "Hey, listen, we want you to know that we have all these ships and we're doing this and blah blah blah," so that this guy would go tell all of his family and friends, so he would
They
look
even went
nuts.
into his house and
Yeah,
planted stuff
they
where he's
planted
like,
shit
"What the
on his
fuck, dude?"
computer, and they
Yeah.
planted all this stuff. They did a whole thing, man, to make this guy look crazy, so that. And he actually spent time in an insane asylum. He went
Yeah.
to a fucking mental hospital for like 2 or 3 years, all because like they had him committed because he just kept saying crazier and crazier
And it was
shit.
like his friend that did it to him too.
Yeah, but meanwhile, yeah, his friend worked for like some government agency.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what they'll do, man. Like the
They
CIA
even
did.
put lights out like in the fields, and then
Yeah.
like they did like things to fuck with him
Yep.
where he sounded so crazy he could tell the truth and no one would believe it.
Well, that's exactly the point. That was the idea.
Yeah. Fucking
Make
hell.
him so unreliable that no matter what he said, it wouldn't matter. No one's gonna
Oh
believe
yeah.
him. And it's pretty smart.
It's
I want
it's,
that
it's
job.
insane. To make people go crazy? I
Yes.
think you already do that. But back onto like Skinwalker, dude. I think we'll just have to fly out there. Even if we can't like go there, at least getting close to it where we can spend a nice weekend out there just observing.
Yeah, that's what you
Like
gotta do, bro.
bring a drone at night.
They say things happen nightly,
Yeah.
so you have
So
to
3 nights, I think
a
we'll
couple
find
nights
something.
camp out there. You probably see all kinds of shit. Or you'll see nothing and you'll realize everybody's crazy. I don't know, but I want to find out.
They stage it and they kill us both, and it looks like it was a murder suicide.
I knew that
See it.
motherfucker was crazy.
I
I
son of a bitch.
tried to tell you, no one listened.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, it has like adrenaline rushes for me just thinking about going there. Like the thing is,
Yeah.
it's probably very eerie at night, dude. Like a weird feeling. It's not
Well,
like
it's
a
pretty far
normal,
away from
like
like
everything, right?
everything. Like it's out in the middle of nowhere. So yeah,
Like the
it's dark.
scariest thing would be like driving, just like that one story it's like the wife and the husband were driving, and then like the light came out of nowhere. Or they were driving, forgot what it was, but it's an alien abduction story in a way.
Yeah.
But imagine that happening to you out there, dude, and it's just like a massive red light on your whole car, and you don't know what the fuck's happening, dude.
You just wake up with your pants down, like, what the fuck?
I mean, a good time's a good time, but I'm saying like,
As long
imagine
as
if
they
you
let me record it so I can prove that
hold
it
on,
happened.
hold on, guys. I need to see you guys raping me.
I'm gonna interview you guys when you're done, just so you
Yeah,
know.
but like that, I guess I would have a fear of that happening, of like an alien encounter like that, dude. It'd be like you don't know what the fuck's happening at that point. Like, were you abducted and you just time was like standing still for you?
That's what a lot of people talk about, like the Betty and Barney Hill thing, like that story.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, that story was fucking crazy. They lost like hours of their night. They have no idea. They can't account for.
imagine that.
It's
Like,
I kind of want to be abducted.
just putting it out there, huh?
Just throwing it out there. I kind of want to see what happens.
You tomorrow night you're just going to your truck and I abduct you. I put a knapsack over your head and I start beating you. This is what you wanted.
That's that's not what I meant. You read it all
It's
wrong.
exactly what you meant.
And then you're gonna show the cops this video and be like, "Look, this is what he said."
I'm just gonna dress up as an alien.
Let me clarify. I want to be abducted by aliens,
Yes, very true. See it. I can see it.
not Tyler dressed up as a hockey mask and
I just club you in the head, knock you out.
uh,
I do it. I would do it.
bastard.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
One subject we do need to get on that we always say we never do is the Naki.
Yes.
Do we have to? That would be like that's nothing but crazy stuff to talk about.
Yeah. That's part of like the um early civilizations,
Yeah. Oh yeah. One
like
of
the
the
ancient
coolest.
Sumerians. Like they were around like 6,000 years ago, right? So and they were in Mesopotamia, which is now like Iraq, Iran, Kuwait, Turkey, Syria,
Mm-hmm.
I think. And like they believed that the Anunnaki was God, like they were gods.
Mm-hmm.
And they found some they found like some 30,000-year-old tablets called like the Gilgamesh tablets or something. And they talked
Mm-hmm.
about like a great flood and kind of like
Our own story in the
kind of like
Bible.
religious text, but
Yeah.
they kind of dated them back to like 11,600 years ago. So
Jesus.
long before we thought they were around, which would have
Yeah.
been, 6,000 years ago. So they think that the oldest civilization is actually like 12,000 years old instead of
Yeah.
6. And, the Sumerians were fucking geniuses, bro. Like they came up with the wheel, the alphabet, the calendar that we use today. They were
Oh
super
yeah.
big into like um, astronomy, and they had a great understanding of the universe. Like,
It's
and you
crazy
could
at that point in time they knew that much.
see that makes me think. That makes me think that there was a whole like we're fairly advanced for what we understand,
Yeah.
but what if you look at the pyramids, right? Like, what if they talk about like the aliens helped build the pyramids, or how could they do it? It's impossible. What if they just had better technology then, and it's just gone? You know
And
what I
like
mean?
no one has thought of the same way they used it or tried it.
Right. They just have a different. They had a different take on things.
Isn't that so weird to think about that like that technology could be lost and it could have been something that could make buildings and everything structures
Yeah.
today that we have no
Maybe
idea.
20,000 years ago there was a whole nother group of us, and then like a
Hmm.
comet came and wiped them out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, and that's what killed the dinosaurs. You know what I mean? Or it's just I don't know when when you hear about these stories and you see things like that. Like, how much of that do we not know? Because a lot of the stuff is guesswork. Like we find pottery,
It
we
is.
find this, we
And
find
how
that.
many
But
times have it recycled civilization that we
yeah,
don't
but
know?
what if there was nothing left? Like, what if something crazy came and happened, and
Yeah.
there's just nothing left of it? Like that everything on Earth just burned or whatever. Like we just don't
It's
have a
the weirdest part
understanding of
is
it.
that and like how they built the pyramids. The weirdest part is that the pyramids are all there. Why isn't there like why doesn't it show any scribes or tools that they used? Like why is that all gone?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like everything's fucking gone. All that stuff is gone.
It's weird, man.
I mean, yeah, they talk about like slaves, the slaves built the pyramids and this and that, but then there's people that think, well, they weren't slaves because, they talk about the slaves being, they're strong and whatever, but slaves were malnutritioned, you know what I mean? Like they weren't
Yeah.
slaves like you think of slaves. They were
Oh
they were
yeah.
malnutritioned, overworked. Like they wouldn't have had the strength to do some of that stuff. These people were taken care of. They were fed well. You know what I mean? And like,
Doing that kind of work and dude, and how heavy those stones are.
yeah,
Dude, there's got to be a way they were doing this shit that's
that's what I'm saying. That we don't understand.
yeah.
And like, I don't know if it's alien or not, but
I wouldn't want to think it is. Like maybe it is, but no one knows.
you
But
know, they talk about technology. Think about all the technology that we have.
yeah,
And there's a lot of people that talk about reverse engineering and the stuff that goes on with these ships that we find, and like how much of that, like, can all of that be a lie? You know what I mean? Can all of that be a lie?
I
The
don't think so.
thousands of reports, the
I don't think it
I, I've
can.
I've listened to Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about this, and his answer is, oh well, if there were aliens, you would see pictures, you would see this, you would see that, you would see um, there would just be better evidence.
Yeah,
But he's like, somebody would leak it or whatever. But people leak shit all the time.
yeah.
And think about the stuff that gets leaked but never really gets out.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like we don't know what we don't know. We don't know what's about to get leaked that never made it out. You know what I mean? Like
I
it
think it's
just
more or less they do, in my opinion, I think they do like those certain leaks on purpose,
well,
so
yeah, of course.
we slowly get numb to it. So when
Yep.
they're here, yeah, cool. Like I think everyone already knew that.
Yeah.
Not like not a panic where everyone's like, "Go to your bunkers!" Like,
Yeah.
civilization's over.
There's no
No,
way
dude.
all of the things that people see in the sky
Yeah,
can be ours. I'm sure a lot of it is. Like a lot of it
yeah,
happens around military bases and stuff like that. Like I get it. We have to keep these secrets. But you know, going back to what Neil deGrasse Tyson talked about, we keep those secrets. You know what I mean? Like you
yeah.
don't know what they're working on. And he's like, well, there's no way somebody would tell. But they don't tell those secrets. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Like
dude.
there's all kinds of secret vehicles that they're working on, aircraft, whatever, blah blah.
Well,
The
they
stealth
have to do
bomber.
that. They have to do that for an advantage.
Yeah. No
So
one
it's
knew
like
about the
a,
stealth bomber until it came out.
yeah,
How'd they hide
exactly, dude.
that? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
People thought
like
that was a UFO.
like his theory, it makes sense to me, but I think it's not. I don't think it's right. I think that they're if they want something to get out, it'll
I think
get
that's
out.
just
And
his opinion on it. So
yeah,
because he's a very highly like a lot of people listen to him,
yeah,
and I highly respect him. He's probably one of my favorite people
yeah,
living. Um, but it's just opinion. It's nothing but opinion at that point.
yeah.
So it's like,
Because
I mean,
the way he talks about it, he's like, oh, well, these things would get out. If we had aliens, there would be a picture got out. Somebody would have got something out. But there's aircraft right now that we're building that's ours that not out yet. Why aren't those out yet?
yeah. Why
You know what I
haven't they
mean?
been
Like,
leaked?
yeah, why haven't those been leaked?
It's
Like,
only when they want it to leak.
right.
That's it, dude. Like maybe there's some crazy guy like there's a couple that are like whistleblowers that like they don't give a fuck, dude. They don't care
Yeah.
if they go to prison.
Yeah.
Like if they go crazy, but that's the only, it's okay. You can take go ahead, take that breath. I know what you're doing. I saw it. I saw it in your face.
I need him to drink.
Man, that's like number 40 for you now.
You're out of your mind.
It's just
You're
something about yawning.
the, you're the
But
reason.
that I think like the top couple places we need to go. We need Alaska,
Oh,
Skinwalker Ranch,
I'm
dude.
definitely going to Alaska. Is
Yeah. I was actually talking about it last night that we're going. So
that what she told you to
because
fuck yourself?
no, not at all. But the fact is that there's like a Bermuda Triangle in Alaska. It can't just be like,
There's a lot of triangles throughout the world. There's the Bermuda
yeah,
Triangle, Alaskan Triangle. There's another triangle. I think it's in the Middle East or something somewhere where they have a bunch of issues.
I wouldn't even be surprised.
There's like a lot of different triangles that we need to
Like
go to. I'm trying to get killed. I'm trying.
I know
I'm
you
doing
are.
everything I can to get abducted or to get murdered or something,
I think
and it's just not working.
the place that's gonna happen if you're gonna get killed is gonna be Alaska.
Yeah,
It's gonna happen that way.
and
Like if that if
it'll probably be a no way cool. Like I'll get eaten by a bear or something, which I guess is kind of a cool way to go. But
not at all, dude. They're gonna eat you while you're alive.
well,
They'll
yeah, I mean,
rip
I'm not
you
saying it's gonna be
apart.
fun. I'm just saying like in the end, when you tell the story, I'll be
You
like,
look at the
hey, got eaten
bear,
by a bear.
well played. Well, before you die. Like that would be the most frightening way, dude. Seeing that thing just tear into you and you can't
Yeah,
stop it.
I mean, hopefully he'd kill you quick, but who knows?
They don't kill you quick. They'll just kill you. They'll just fucking start eating your leg, hold you down. Fucking, you ain't gonna stop it. Not that beast. I think
Well, I mean, you'll bleed out in a
I
couple
think the bear
good
is the ultimate apex predator. It'll take anything. It'll kill anything.
uh, maybe.
They are so big, so aggressive, they could take any animal.
Mm,
You put that thing against anything, and it'll take it. Gorilla has more of a
gorillas.
hand,
See,
but I'm
gorillas are.
pretty sure a bear would win over a gorilla.
Mm, I
You
don't
got to
know.
think that gorilla
Get a big
stand
silverback, bro. Those guys are fucking.
but a silverback stands 6 feet, 5 feet.
Yeah,
A bear stands like 10 feet.
but it's strong as
Things
fuck. Those gorillas
one
are fucking.
swipe from a bear will fucking kill you. It'll take your head off.
Yeah, but not maybe not a gorilla.
Oh, it probably would snap its neck.
I think
But
whoever got the first good licking would be the winner. I think if a gorilla punched a bear in the face, it'd probably be night time
there's
for a bear.
gotta be a video on the internet of those two going at it.
Um,
The two apexes, you know what I mean?
there's a
This
guy
is
that did like a reproduction or a reenactment of it or something of what
yeah.
would happen. I forget who won, but
Of course it.
I think it was a
Son
bear,
of
but
it's a bear, dude. A bear will win every time, I think.
hold on a second. I'm gonna find out. It's
Like
got to
it,
be.
a bear would be so scary to an encounter,
Yeah,
like within 10 feet of you, because of it'll like you see some videos where the bear looks like it's like, oh, he's just looking at us, and then just fucking rushing someone, dude. It's just it gets around you. You're done.
so who would win in a fight, a bear or a gorilla? Taking them both at their biggest in the wild, a grizzly bear would be over 3 times heavier than a gorilla. Gorillas are more muscular than grizzlies, but the sheer size gap between them renders it moot. For, so they would say the bear would probably win.
Yeah, I would guess so. Like, they ain't nothing to fuck with, man.
I don't know. Gorillas are nasty,
A
bro.
gorilla would have a really good chance only because of their thinkers, and you could tell they're very intelligent.
They have similar bite strength, but the bear would make it harder for the gorilla's bite to be as equally effective.
Yeah, their skin is so tough on bears.
Yeah. I say we get a bear and a gorilla and see what happens.
Oh my God. I'm just saying, like, that would be frightening, dude. Like, I wouldn't be I'd be worried about wolf only because they could run in packs. But like a
Yeah, that's
gorilla,
the thing.
I mean,
Wolves hunting pack. So,
yeah, you're fucked.
but I don't think they would fuck with a bear. A bear would just swat him out of the way.
Oh yeah, dude. Fucking get out of my way. I'd be worried for us in the wilderness.
You know what I think is funny? Like you never see, and I'm not an outdoorsman. Like I don't go in the woods all the time, but you never see like dead bears. You never see like big dead animals. Deer maybe once in a while.
Yeah, but like not a
Cattle.
bear.
Yeah, like people talk about like Bigfoot and stuff. They're like, oh well, you never found a dead Bigfoot. Well, you think about it. How many dead bear have you seen?
None.
Like you don't really see dead bear. You don't really see deer. You see once in a while, but usually it's from a hunter or something
Yeah,
like that. Like you don't see just dead bear scattered all over the fucking place.
fuck no.
Do I
Yeah,
think Bigfoot's real? That's my whole basis for thinking Bigfoot's real.
that's it.
I have no other scientific reasoning behind it other than I don't know. I don't see bears dead all over the place
Well, the
either.
thing is, yes, like a lot of people are like, oh, we would have seen it by now if it was real. But it's like, you know that they discover new animals every single day.
Yeah. Yep.
Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
Yeah,
And how
but it's so
big
big. Like
Alaska is. Oh,
that too.
there's a good one.
I gave into that one.
So how big Alaska is with how much coverage there is of foliage and trees and bushes, how can anyone even really see that? Like you
Well, and
can't.
not to mention the places that you can't even get to really.
Yeah, dude, you'd like you can't. Like then we're getting into Yeti territory. I'm just joking. But hey, you never know. But yeah, it's so wide and vast that it's just like dude, no one can make it across it because it's so bad.
Well,
It's
yeah, I mean,
just
there's places even in the continental
unpopulated.
U.S. that people just haven't been
Yeah,
because they just can't get there.
you
Too
can't get
much,
there.
there's too much foliage and all that stuff. But so there's things that we haven't found yet. We find stuff every day.
Yeah. Well, a lot of sea creatures are like the new discoveries, and in the Amazon tree forest, like Amazon forest, like it's just they find creatures all the time. Like, oh, that's a new species right there.
That's where you
So,
need to go to the Amazon. I don't think I'd go to the Amazon.
uh, I would go. It's just like you
You
got
would
to worry
die.
about a lot more than just fucking a bear.
You'd be dead. You would
A lot
die.
of people, a
I
lot.
feel like we would die in the Amazon.
I think so too. Yeah,
I feel like you'd make it
but
3 steps off the boat and be bitten by 7 things.
yeah, you got to worry
and
about
that'd,
you got to
and
worry
that'd be
about
a wrap.
spiders there, man.
Spiders, snakes.
Fucking
Uh,
jaguars.
I mean, there's everything in the book. They're just
Everything out there is to kill you. Everything.
and they have the run of the place. It's not like in New York
Yeah,
City where yeah, you can get bit by a snake, but you probably won't because we ran them all off. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like they run people off there. They don't.
I would like to go on an adventure like that near the Amazon though, to like see like now people come across Mayan ruins. Mayan ruins
Yeah,
are buried in the forest, covered.
right.
Man, another one? You better drink some water, boy. But like the Mayan ruins, dude, that's another one that's like a whole like they're still discovering Mayan ruins now. Like they're buried.
I want
They
to know where the
use
Mayans went. They just disappeared one day.
They died, man. Like, yeah. Unless it's like,
I
yeah,
think they
like
packed up
all
and
of
went.
them,
I think they
all of them
packed up
died.
and went to the moon, bro.
Like all of them died. Like that's pretty crazy
There's a
considering.
there's a conspiracy theory about what they did was the the Mars used to be our home,
Yeah.
and then something catastrophic happened, and we came here and populated Earth instead of Mars because it was uninhabitable at that point.
Hmm.
So I don't know if we blew it up or we probably did because we're dickheads. But if we
Probably.
fucked it up, or if it was like a natural disaster or something, or you know, that's an interesting theory to think about. Like maybe we weren't maybe we were the aliens here.
Could have been. Like, yeah, like what happened to Mars? Because I
Just
Like
disappeared.
Elon Musk's theory where he wants to set
Having a moment.
like he wants to set like two atomic bombs off. Like if you set atomic bombs off in the polar opposites of that like of Mars, you probably reset. You know what I mean? You could reset it.
Well, that's what Elon Musk wants to do.
Yeah, well, that's
That's
what I was
his
saying.
theory was to if you set off nuclear reactions or whatever on Mars, it would
Yeah,
basically jumpstart because they used to think there was no water on there. Well, now they found water.
yeah.
They think that there's water. They think that there's oceans under
It's
the surface.
it could be.
So,
Like the thing that sucks to think about, like in the long run, it's like eventually, like we're gonna have to be planet hoppers. Like when it gets that far in advanced, like we're gonna
mhm,
have to be like because what happens when the sun explodes?
you're dead.
Like everyone here would be dead. So and there'd
I
be it'd blow up. So they're gonna have to find a new star that's like a newer star with another planet that's just like Earth. Like
I
we're
don't think we
talking
can
about
get. I don't think we can get there.
not yet.
We have to find another way to get there. There's other suns. They're just so far away.
There's a
But we
billions
couldn't
of suns.
we couldn't get there.
We can't
At
get there
least,
yet. We can't get there
well,
yet, but we will. I think eventually, like we're talking about like 10,000 years. Like how advanced would it be? I bet you they figure out a way.
well. I mean, if aliens are real, they're probably pretty advanced. They probably found a way to.
Like,
They found a way to get to us.
yeah, but like, yeah, it's crazy to think.
Which means that they came from a long way away, which means that they have a means of getting here from a long, long way away.
Yeah,
Which means if we could figure that out, we have a means to go a long way away.
it's like a wormhole, dude.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like a wormhole or
It's
whatever
probably
they
the
want to call
fastest way to travel.
it.
That with in a
Probably.
little going into a wormhole. Like, but creating one, how do you do that?
I don't know. I'd be worried about
Or
creating a black hole and just we all just go off into.
but honestly, what if it was so because black holes can be so massive? What if we're just inside one and no one ever knew it?
Hmm,
You know what I
maybe
mean? What if we already got swallowed and this is what happened?
they say light can't escape out, so maybe that's why everything's black.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why space is all pretty much black.
Because of like, what if it just if we happen to just be in the black hole and it's just we never knew
Because we don't know what happens once you get
into
in
one?
there.
Yeah.
They assume that it'll rip you apart, but
It only rip you apart if it's really fucking small. But if it's really fucking big, it won't rip you apart.
yeah,
It would have to be a beginning stages of a black hole to put you in like stretch you out like spaghetti.
because you would
Like it would be what if it was so massive like
because we don't know what's past the observable universe. You know what I mean? Obviously, because we
yeah.
can't observe it. So
Yeah. Like where does that black hole go? Because if it's something, it has to be something. You know what I mean? Can't just go into nothingness. It has to
that's a
be
good point. Like, what's in the middle of it?
yeah, like if you look at it, it's yes, it's swallowing all light and everything. But the thing is, it's like it's swallowing it to a point, but where is that point going? Because it's just it can't go into nothing. Like it can't go into like a nothingness. You know what I mean?
Right? Yeah. Because that would still be there's still space. Like there would still
Yeah,
be space in there. Like there would still be
inside of
something
it.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like we could have already been in one. Like billions of years ago and no one ever knew it? What if they figure that
Maybe
shit
that was a
out?
big bang when we got sucked into one.
Yeah,
Maybe that
exactly.
was.
It's cool to think about. Like
Yeah,
it's so no one knows. It's like a cool thing. Like that we could have already been in one, and people like, what if that's just, a black hole getting out of a black hole?
right.
So you
Hmm.
never know. It's a weird situation.
I'm gonna go to black hole. You
But
should like
like,
it.
I think yes, they're so far away, but like at least like if we can get like our satellites and send out stuff that's been out there for fucking 50 years and it's like trillions of miles away, they can easily just send a fucking send 50 satellites towards the black hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just get it. Even if you fail, at least you're learning off that failure.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna.
But I don't think it. The problem is once you get there, there's no way to get any information out.
Yeah,
That's the problem I think they have
yeah.
is that they can't get the information out. You could
I
send
think,
something in, but if it's not destroyed, you still.
but have they even tried? Or are they just saying that?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I don't know. I think half of science is just a big guess. Like they
Yeah,
never really actually tried.
yeah.
Like they assume that'll what's happened if you send into a black hole, but maybe you can just walk right in and be like, "Hey, I'm home." You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like
Yeah. I think like yeah, you never know. A
maybe
lot of
in
it.
maybe in theory that's the way that it's supposed to work, but who knows? Maybe they don't work that way.
I mean,
Maybe that's what aliens use to get around.
you never know. It's
Because
nuts, dude.
I mean, if there's aliens, that's a game changer. If there really are aliens, it's a game changer because
Then I think
that means they can come from anywhere
that, and then that's where like no nothing ever can go faster than the speed of light. Nothing.
that
There's
we know of,
nothing
that we have.
that we know of.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what if there's something that is brought to the table with another species that they know how to? That would be
But if you have a wormhole, you don't have to go a faster speed of light. You just bend time and
that's the where you have to know how to create one. And
right.
but how do you create one from one point and where is that other point going to
Yeah.
end?
How do you know
Hmm.
where you're trying to get to?
Yeah. How do you know when it's going to stop? Like
Right.
at that where you need the wormhole to stop at
Like what if you overshoot your spot by
by like trillions of miles?
right.
Didn't even know it.
I was trying to go to 7-Eleven, dog. I don't know how I ended up at the strip club. Is
It's
I
like
just missed the shot.
it's like can you create a wormhole where it's you can go into it and then you can put it inside of a black hole?
Ooh,
You know,
interesting. Like have the
like
other side of it.
yeah, be on the other side. Be
Hmm.
different. Be interesting.
That would be, yeah. I don't know. Let's do it. Try it. See what happens.
It's crazy. It's crazy stuff.
I got some people I'll ship in there and
Oh yeah,
go check it out for me. Let me know what you find.
but it's cool to think about. Like I always like think about space.
Yeah. Did you listen to that Cat Williams interview
I
with Joe
listened to a
Rogan?
lot of it. I didn't listen to all of it, but I listened to a lot of it.
Cat Williams is losing his goddamn mind. Like some of the stuff you
To a
listen to,
point.
you're some of the stuff you listen to, you're like, man, he's really smart. And like I feel like he's a really smart guy,
Yeah.
but he never answers. Like here's what's annoying to me: like like during interviews and stuff, like you ask somebody a question and never really answer just a question.
They'll go
Like
around it a little bit.
yeah, they just answer with it with another like question or whatever.
Hmm.
He does it on every single question.
Mm.
Like
I can see it.
he has like a intelligent response, but it's like, can you just answer the fucking question I ask you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's crazy to see like him 20 years ago, even 30, to now, how much
Yeah.
he's calmed down.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
doesn't
he's
seem
been to
like he's
jail
in.
like 98 times, so I think that'll
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. That'll do it. It seems like very easy to talk to now. Before he didn't, he was like maybe on just a lot of drugs.
Yeah. Well, that's what Joe Rogan said.
But
He's like, how much of this is like you being high?
yeah, like at least he's honest about it. But
Yeah.
asking him that shit,
Right.
because,
But
but
like
yeah, he,
he's into the Anunnaki, he's into all that shit. Like he believes all that shit. He
oh yeah,
believes in
dude.
ET, he believes in all that shit. So
And
listen to
why
him talk about it. It's interesting.
and why not believe it? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
why and people are like, "Oh, they're crazy." Like, "Why you guys are talking about like crazy shit?" It's like it's right in front of us.
Yeah.
Like a lot of it's right in front of us where it's like there's a lot of signs of like, "Hey, like, you know, everyone thought the fucking we couldn't go to the fucking moon." Yeah, it's possible
You
now.
believe
Like,
we went to the moon?
oh man, don't
You
get me
believe the
started.
moon's real?
Don't get me started. But like, there's always something that's impossible until it's possible. It's
Yeah, well,
just
that's just it. You don't know what you're capable of
you
until
don't
you do it.
know. Yeah, and same with like stories. Like we don't know until we actually know. You know what I mean? It's like a. I don't think we'll find. I don't think it will
That's
not
why I
know.
like when you hear all these stories about like people on Skinwalker Ranch or people with alien abduction stories or whatever
Yeah.
the case may be. Like I've heard some of these stories where you're like, okay, that's total bullshit. But then there's
Hmm.
some stories where you're like, I don't know what happened to this person, but they 100% believe something happened. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I don't know if it's alien abduction or what it was, but something happened to this person and they believe it. Like they wholeheartedly believe
Oh
something
yeah.
happened or they saw something or whatever the case may be. Maybe it was an alien, maybe it was something else, but they
Yeah.
fucking believe it. And those are the
And
most interesting cases to me.
there's a lot of them too like that where it's like so because like generally you can read someone like okay they're like piece of shit or like
Yeah.
you can typically tell when you can hear someone talk their demeanor.
Yes.
Unlike it's just I mean, I don't know if I can. It's just a trait, but a lot of people can do it and read people. But there were a lot of them where it's like complete bullshit. Like
Yes.
you could be like, that's, and it's even on some of the shows and documentaries. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe any
Yes.
of that.
100%. Yep.
Those are the people to believe.
Those are the
Just
people.
joking. But but then there are the other like quite a few that it's just like it sounds so real and so convincing in how they say it.
Yes.
It's like they like you have to believe that story behind it.
Yeah, and they don't really differ. Like none of their experiences ever differ. The story's always the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this.
So there's one episode, and I know you're gonna remember it. The episode that we watched with like an alien encounter. The guy had something in his leg. It was like
Mhm.
a metal piece.
Yep.
Why? This is where I wanted to believe that story because it was a really good story. But where did the rest of it go? Why didn't you show us what it was? You took it out.
Well,
Like there's
I think they showed it,
they
didn't they?
did
But
they just in a bottle.
in a bottle,
But
but
like
they never did any
but
further
they never
test.
like any test. Yeah, you're right. There's nothing else. It's like
Well, that
eh,
we know of.
I,
Maybe
I'm
they.
I'm waiting for the oh yeah that was a BB that got shot when you're
Yeah,
7. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
why wasn't it tested? Like
That's what I want to know.
so
Like,
there's certain things like that. It's like
and
that
why
there's
would you not complete the story? Like you're telling
yeah
this amazing story, and it's fairly believable. Like, I
that one
mean,
was.
the guy seemed pretty, respectable and believable.
Was that the guy that lost kept losing so much weight or was that a different one?
That might have been a
There
different
was
one.
there
That
was
guy
one
had all
within a
kinds of that guy had all
yeah
kind of issues though, like memory issues and shit like that.
yeah. That's where it's
But
like it's not believable then, you know what I mean, in a way.
yeah,
Well,
maybe I don't know.
they're just interesting to watch.
I love hearing people's fucking abduction stories, bro. Because some of them are nuts. Some of them you're
I
like the
would love to
red.
get someone on here that has been abducted, think that they have been abducted or know they
Right,
have been,
right.
just to like see our firsthand asking them questions
Yep.
without trying to be an ass. Where did they touch you on the doll?
Show me on the doll where they touched you.
It'd be hilarious. But I'm saying, all jokingly aside, I think it'd be like you don't ever hear the thing is you don't hear those stories anymore. Like
You don't. You don't really.
new ones.
Yeah.
Not so that's where it's like you know, I'm on the fence on it now.
Well, people
But
don't. I don't know. Maybe people don't talk about them like they used to.
uh, I think now they would talk about it more than ever.
I mean, I would think so. Like if I got abducted, I'd be telling everybody.
Oh, I know
Even
you would.
even
Dude, you'd
even
even get a tattoo.
I
And
was abducted and all
you're
I
gonna get
got
a
was this
tramp
shirt.
stamp. You're gonna get and it just says aliens touch this. So
Aliens were here.
yeah, you could see it.
I would do it. Fuck it. I mean,
But
I've earned it at that point.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. But like it's crazy, dude. I think that we just have to settle some things by going to Skinwalker and really getting the feeling for it. And
Yeah.
like, I want to feel that it'd be more of like, for me, it'd be a fear feeling. I don't know why. I'd have a very, like a fear of it.
I think that
I would have a fear of it that it's true. Like,
I'm so invested in it, especially like if I went to the Skinwalker Ranch and I saw things. I
yeah.
don't know that I would be afraid more so than I don't know. Maybe I would be, but
I think I would be fearing.
I want to see it. You know what I
Me
mean?
too.
It's not like, oh no, I hope it's not real. I don't want to see it. Like I want to see it.
Same here. Same here.
Like I want to see Bigfoot. I want to see aliens. Like I
I
want to
guess
see these things.
the only thing is like the more like if we did see something, that just confirms that everything that anyone says that I watch in an interview, I'm like, that's probably fucking right, dude.
Well,
Like,
that's
cause
the thing.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because
Yeah.
you can really get
Yep.
on their level of like,
Because
dude, now
if
I
you
sound
become an
crazy.
experiencer, that's different, man.
Yeah.
That's on a different level. If you find
Yeah.
something that you can't explain and you fully believe that it's like an
And
alien being
like
or
I
whatever.
want us to have that story where we have to tell and people think we're lying or we're like, no,
Yes.
it fucking happened, dude.
Right.
Like we need that. Like I want that experience to
Yeah.
be. It'll be like scary feeling, fear wise, of knowing that's actually out there and we
Yeah.
saw it and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yep.
Like if they want to fucking do whatever they want because they have the technology, they're
Yeah, they
going to
just
do
take
it.
you. They just take you.
Yeah. I'm gonna see you butt naked in a field like this with lights on you.
That's gonna be like Independence Day when we're on top of the
That's
building
exactly what I'm seeing.
with the welcome
Yep.
signs up and shit.
And what's that blue light? Just,
Oh man. I'm doing it.
but I'm saying like, it's just now I just see that in my head now. Just
Now I
you,
want to do
just
it.
like take me now. I can
Now
totally see it.
I want to do it.
But I'm saying like imagine being one of those people that
Imagine getting
experience
off the
it.
plane with all my signs. Like
Oh my God.
did you have any luggage, sir? Nope, just my signs.
Just signs.
Just my signs.
But like I like being on like that side of it, that you can be one of those people that fucking know it's true. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Code Harley, you know it's true. Like you've seen it, you can't explain it.
Yeah. Well, that's what
And
the guy that owns Skinwalker Ranch was talking about. He's like, now that I own the ranch and I'm an experiencer, whether you believe him or not, whatever, like
yeah.
he knows he saw something, right? Like he
So
knows he saw something
so
and no
has
one,
he so him saying that, has he only ever seen it once or is it multiple occasions
he's
he's
seen
seen it?
other things, but that was the one. That was the first time that made him like an experiencer.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That was the one that was like, holy shit. Like it's clear as day. That's not right.
Yeah.
And then he sees other things like lights and different anomalies out there. But the one thing that's like tangible that he can actually see that he knows for 100% isn't natural
Yeah.
was that. And that's what made him, he puts millions of dollars a year into investigating this place because
There's a reason.
yeah, he wants to know.
Like he's not gonna waste his money that he makes.
And the guy that owned it before him, Robert Bigelow, they had a whole thing out there when he was out there.
Yeah.
They had it was a black budget operation with the government. They signed on. Like
That's
there was a
insane, dude.
real deal fucking investigation out there when he bought the place from the original
I'm
people.
surprised that the government didn't buy it before Brandon Frugal.
Well, that's what I'm wondering what they found because I feel like if they would have found something crazy, that they would have never let that property be sold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Unless to the government.
yeah, it would be owned by the government. But Robert Bigelow owned it before this, so I don't know. Technically, the government could have bought it from him or eminent
Well, yeah.
domained it or something.
I
But
mean,
or
show up dead
killed
one
him and
day
just took it.
and his
Yeah, yeah,
deed there he gave it to the government.
yeah.
Made him vanish and just say,
I
he
don't know.
disappeared. That's that one that we can go on a weekend, dude.
Yep.
We're just gonna go out there and but we don't even buy tents before. We'll just get there, go to Walmart, buy two
Just
tents.
that's where they're gonna find our bodies.
I the thing is, I wouldn't even need a tent. I would just sleep in the car on the side of the road.
I mean,
You
yeah,
know
that's
what?
what I would do.
I wouldn't want to sleep in a tent, dude. Like I would just like lock the doors and fucking I'll just lay in the I'll sleep in the fucking in the back or on the fucking seat. I can sleep anywhere. I can sleep anywhere, dude. I'll fall asleep.
Yeah, see, I can't. I had to fucking
You can buy those air mattresses that go for the back of the cars, like SUV, and just put one in the back and fucking sleep.
Yeah. I mean, I would be up all night because that's, when everything's going to happen, it's going to be at night.
We probably wouldn't get much sleep, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's the thing. Yeah,
go get a hotel room during the day. You know what I mean? Like, because
and
I only
sleep
want to be
during
out
the
there.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I only want to be out there at night. That's when everything happens.
no, you're so true on that. Yeah, I didn't even think of
Yeah.
that. Just sleep during the day somewhere.
Yep.
Hmm. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna have to make it a thing.
Gotta do
But yeah,
it.
it's some good conversation.
Just want aliens just to show up here.
I'm telling
Well,
you, dude. And the thing is, dude, we have a couple of spots that we can go. I think we just need to. Like, I think Skinwalker Ranch is the one to do it if we're gonna do any.
yeah.
Like, Alaska is for more of an adventure and fucking.
I want to find Bigfoot in Alaska.
I want to catch a salmon in Alaska. That's what I want to do. I want to cook that salmon in Alaska.
Well, I know salmon's real.
Huh?
I know
Oh yeah,
salmon's real. I want to know if Bigfoot's real.
yeah. But
He comes and kills us and takes our salmon as we're
there's
eating it.
there's a couple things I need to do in Alaska when I'm in Alaska because it doesn't happen a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'd buy a regular fishing pole, fucking catch a salmon, cook that bitch, probably get really bad worms in my stomach.
Oh yeah.
But, you know, I'd have to, no, that wouldn't happen. You could cook them. But
What? What? I don't know. They eat that shit raw. I don't know.
yeah,
You ever see the
uh,
Bear Grylls episode where he just grabs the fish and just takes the bite out of it? I'm
takes
like, you
the
just got
bites,
worms, motherfucker.
just bites the spine and fucking,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, fuck that.
I'm not that manly, bro. I don't know what the fuck tell you. I can't do it.
I'd have to cook it.
I'm cooking it. I don't even like sushi,
The,
bro.
the thing with me, it'd be the slippery feeling of the coating
Yeah.
on the fish that would get me in my mouth. Like,
Yeah.
it'd make me vomit, like, vomit instantly.
I don't even eat sushi. There's no way.
I don't. I like sushi, but I don't. Like I'm really weird. Like I can't eat it like every day.
Yeah,
But
I've only
if
tried
I'm
it
if
like that mahi tuna, those little like
oh
tuna
ahi
tartar
tuna.
or whatever. I've had that before, and like
Ahi tuna's I like ahi tuna.
I
That's
can't do it, dude. It just seems
seared ahi tuna with some like
seared,
nice soy
maybe.
sauce. It's
I don't
good.
know. I never really.
Seared ahi tuna is good. It's not really fishy.
Yeah, I gotta have
But
cooked fish.
the thing is like with sushi, I don't like the seaweed taste. I can't get over that.
Yeah,
I could probably get over the fish taste, but the seaweed flavor
yeah.
kills it for me. I'm like, dude, that's leafy. That's just not me, dude. Like I can't do it. Like I try to like,
Leafy.
but like some of them don't have that really pungent like seaweed smell and taste.
Yeah,
So it's easier, but when I taste it, I'm like, yeah, I'm spitting it out.
that's fucking gross.
Can't
I
do it.
can't do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just like things cooked. Like I
That's
don't know.
fucking gross. No, I'm not doing it.
I'm a steak guy, so it's like
Yeah,
a
that's it. Steak, potatoes.
yeah, dude.
That's it.
I like a lot of things, but like I can't do sushi. Once in a great while, I'll find like one that I'll try. I'm like, that's not bad,
A nice
but
big ribeye. Oh yeah,
can't beat that.
great. Now I want a ribeye.
I feel
Mm,
like
like barbecue tonight,
I
man.
know, dude. I have ribs in the oven right now, so that's my dinner. But nope. We're gonna have a contest. We're gonna each go buy a 10 pack of sushi on stream, and we're gonna have to keep continuously eating them to see who
That'll
can
be
finish them.
yeah, that'll be the eating challenge. Like
That
we have to
I
who
would
can
not be
eat the
able to do
most
it.
sushi. I can do it.
I'd make it
I,
to like two before I'm like I'm gonna throw up.
yeah, I would just throw up. I would just throw up so I don't have to do it.
Yeah,
A
very true. Oh, disgusting.
lot of people love it. I don't know. I can't do
Oh, I get it. Taylor
it.
is a huge sushi fan.
Oh God.
I'm like, dude, there's no way. Like
Yeah,
when I see them eat it, I'm like,
he eats weird shit anyway.
yeah. Fuck Christ, dude.
Mm.
It's almost 4.
Yep.
It's not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
Even though our podcast came to a halt in the beginning.
Didn't even get off the ground.
No.
Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Yeah.
I
I
say we wrap it
imagine.
up.
Oh yeah, that's a great podcast. Talking about a couple things. I do want to get back into like the Inaki. Really, I want to look up some things to talk about it. So
Yeah.
I don't know too much about it, but I always hear it's like always sounds really interesting. So,
I guess that wherever they came from, they came here to get our. The story is they came here to get our gold. They came here for our gold because their atmosphere was being destroyed, and the only thing that could keep it was like gold flake in the air. So they
really,
would, yeah. So they came here for our gold because they ran out of gold or something.
yeah.
Like that's kind of one of the stories that go along with them.
So, is
But
there even evidence of like people that are here that are Inaki, or is it just like is it a story?
it's a theory that
Okay,
yeah, it's a theory. I believe it.
it's a lot of things that I can believe.
I'm good
It's
with
one of
it.
them. But we can wrap it up here, guys. It's a fun podcast for
All
the
right.
Saturday. Tomorrow's Easter. Hopefully, everyone enjoys
Oh,
their Easter.
yep, yep.
But you guys have a great one.
We will see you guys later.
Have a good one.